Everybody knows the world ain't right. Down on your knees, get up and fight.
G'day, Rockhound here. QI Software, the developer of the upcoming zombie survival shooter Dead Matter, have just published the first in a series of weekly updates that we'll see as we lead into the game's closed alpha, which will now commence sometime in July. The update includes some things that I'm a huge fan of, so let's take a dive into the update and see what was shown. The update starts off with what I think is a thoughtful touch, with the devs thanking backers for their ongoing feedback and support. It then goes on to confirm that they are still working on removing any roadblocks that are holding up the closed alpha, but it doesn't sound like that will be delayed any further than the first few weeks of July. Anyway, they also mentioned that they're working on a bug tracker that backers can use to provide the devs with feedback once the closed alpha starts, as well as a way for backers to vote on which issues they consider most important for the devs to fix. Now, I think this is a great move, and I wish that more game studios would actually add this feature during closed testing of games. We are then presented with a video showing how buildings are claimed and reinforced in the game. The video starts by showing that the player has building materials like wooden planks, a hammer and nails, and a screwdriver in their duffel bag. The player then approaches a log cabin and blocks up the front window using newspaper. This is the lowest level of reinforcement for existing buildings, and simply prevents zombies or other players from seeing you inside. The player then opens up the front door and attaches a lock to it using a screwdriver. Now, it's not clear where the actual lock is, so maybe this is a placeholder mechanic until there's an actual lock that can be used from the inventory. The player continues to cover up the remaining two windows inside the cabin with newspaper, making the inside of the cabin completely private, and then exits the cabin to claim it as their own by interacting with the electricity switch box on the outside wall. Now, the most noticeable thing about all of these interactions is just how quick they are. There's very little standing around waiting for timers to complete, and this really speaks to the devs' efforts to not let realism get in the way of having fun in the game. I'll come back to that in a moment, but let's follow the player as they properly start to reinforce their claim by barricading up the front window with planks, and then building a series of platform barricades and fence sections using a rows interface as part of the UI. All of this is done by the player first placing 3D schematics so that they can see where everything will go before they actually construct the fence sections with wood. Again, the impressive thing about this is the pace that construction is completed. This means that as a player in Dead Matter, you can get on with doing more interesting things like exploring the map for loot and looking for other players to interact with. The player then constructs a wooden vegetable planter with a water container next to it before planting tomato and carrot seeds in the planter. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of these choices around the speed of reinforcements and construction, because I think it will draw in many players to the game who previously liked first-person shooters, but just found survival shooters like DayZ to be too slow-paced and filled with tedious chores. I'm really impressed, and there's only one thing I can say after seeing this.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
We then move on to the second video in the update, which shows how the player can forage from the environment for things like seeds, sticks, and bark. Again, the process is quick and to the point. The last video is a short 16-second animation of an 1873 lever action rifle being shot and reloaded, which looks great. In addition, in the update, we get a couple of environmental images, including an inviting one of a cave entrance in the wilderness, to which the devs have commented that they cannot confirm or deny the presence of cool things within the cave. We do get one image inside the cave which shows a glowstick lit causeway, but we don't see where it leads. Now, I'm betting there might be hundreds of bags of unused concrete at the end of it. Anyhow, well, this update was relatively short. I think it actually reinforces a lot of excellent decisions the devs are making about the content Dead Matter will have and how it will differentiate itself from other games in the zombie survival shooter genre. I'm really looking forward to what we're shown in the next updates. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like or a dislike if you didn't, it all helps. And if you'd like to see more videos from this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha, stay strong.
Everybody sees, stop and bright, last one to leave, turn out the light, last one to leave.